Hey guys, what's up? It's Fog Heavy Cruiser Takao here, coming to you again from World of Warships. This is my next ship review, second one I've done this week. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Iowa, which is personally my second favorite battleship currently in the game, and one of my other best battleships. It was. In closed beta, this thing was right up there with my Yamato. I haven't played it much since. Tier 9 matchmaking is a little fucky. I did just get the top hull for this thing, which is nice. I still don't have all the modules I want on it. And yeah, anyway. This thing back in closed beta was fucking amazing. Like, for anti-air. Uh, you used to want to, like, get into a battle with carriers just because you could shoot down the plane so well. I mean, it was like Chuck Norris level fucking anti-aircraft. I mean, I swear to God, Chuck Norris was just standing on the deck of my ship, just roundhouse kicking planes down. Um, the A is not nearly as good as it used to be, like it was. I mean, the main reason being is they nerfed it because, as you see, all these quad or all these dual 40 millimeter Bofors mounts, those all used to be quad mounts, as well as all these 20 mils here, where every single 20 mil is a dual. I think they still are duals. Yeah, they are. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's how they nerfed it. So now, it's not more of Chuck Norris's roundhouse kicking planes down. No, it's more like Mr. T is just pitying them down. So I mean, it's not that bad of AA, but like as a nerf, but not nearly as good as it used to be. I mean, you could shred a at the time Essex's squadron before it even got close to you. Like it hit 3K and it hit 2K and it'd be dead. Um, this thing, since closed beta, I'm not sure really what's with it. It might be just the way penetration mechanics has changed. The guns aren't as good as they used to be. It feels. Um, they start out really good. I mean, they're you get freaking 9 16-inch guns. Now, comparison to Montana, I feel the Iowa, is much better than Montana. I mean, Montana is just weak. I mean, I put it this way: Montana is essentially this, but bigger, so bigger target. You get what do you get with that? You get one extra turret, a little bit better anti-air, slightly better armor, slower speed, slower rudder shift. I mean, just worse pretty much overall, if you ask me. I personally don't suggest necessarily getting Montana. This is going to be my end tier for American battleships for a while, unless if they ever buff Montana at all. So yeah, I just suggest staying at Iowa and never really getting Montana. Now, one of the other things about this ship is it's fast as all hell. I mean, you hit fucking like 30 something knots or some shit. I can't really quite remember what its top speed was. I mean, well, actually, let me check. Yeah, 30.5. It's ridiculous for such a large ship. So, I mean, the best way to really play this thing is to essentially forget that you have a third turret. The main reason being is you will get citadel up the ass from the side, from here, from here. So, you really want to just kind of keep just your straight bow, or about that angle, at your enemies. Or if you're running away, you can actually use all three turrets. Now, the biggest thing I see people do is just, hey, I'm in an Iowa class. I can never get destroyed. You know, lol, Iowa, America, fuck yeah, sort of thing. They all just go full broadside and get wrecked by everything. No, stop doing that, people. The other thing about this thing is its secondary guns aren't really good. So unlike with Japanese battleships where everybody tends to buff their secondary mounts, you don't want to. You want to buff your. You definitely want to go all AA into this thing. I don't have top AA that I could get on this yet because I don't have all the modules I want. As you can see, I only have the two that really matter to me at first because they're pretty expensive. Um, this thing though, for secondaries, yeah, it's just fucking terrible. Again, I also use scout plane because extra range. Yay. Other than that, I use exactly the same perks on this ship as I do my Yamato as well, which is, let me see, if you're wondering, this is also what I have on my Yamato. Secondary armament, ship survivability. Then I don't get this next. I get fire prevention, high alert, advanced firing training. Then I go back and I get expert marksman, and then I'm gonna get last. I'm gonna get torpedo vigilance because I feel that's really important. And then I'll get expert loader, which I don't have on my Yamato yet. I just haven't gotten it because I want to see how many crew points you can accumulate total. Um, Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much the Iowa. Uh, this thing is, yeah, one of the best ships, I feel, at tier 9. Comparison to, I'll go on a little rant here about the Izumo. So, the Izumo, uh, probably the worst ship in the game, period. Let me go to it so you guys can see, and I can just rant about how bad it is. Alright. This is the Izumo. This is the biggest turd in the game. This is essentially a turd with guns. The only good thing about Izumo that I can say, well, there's two good things about this ship. Its guns are decent. I mean, they perform pretty damn well. I mean, they perform a bit better than Iowa's actually, because shells are a bit bigger. They're a little bit heavier because these are 410 millimeters rather than 406. So I have a slightly better penetration mechanic, I feel. I'm not sure since that's kind of a hidden stat. So also, it's got like 5 planes or some shit. It doesn't tell me. So yeah, it's got a decent amount of scout planes. That's it. That's the only thing. This thing's about the size of Yamato as well. I think it was like a design project between, like, okay. So there is a Yamato design where it's got like the turrets arranged like this, where it's got this a little bit lower, this a little bit lower, and it's got the third turret pointing around the other way. They literally took Wargaming literally took like 3 different fucking designs and then combined them into one for Izumo. So this thing has pretty much no torpedo armor at all. I got detonated by a freaking aircraft torpedo in this thing. I got the turrets get knocked out like they're freaking paper. I mean, you almost always lose your second turret. It has no armor besides that, because essentially this is like a battle cruiser in terms of armor. It's terrible. Also, its AA is also terrible. The only cool thing about this thing is that you can have these two. You can have 3 freaking 155 turrets, right? And this one can shoot almost all the way around this way, so you can always have at least 2 shooting at the same target. But they don't shoot back. These two. This is the only one that does. And when you get your top hull, you lose these 2. All you do is get like 2 more of these little fucking dual-purpose mounts on your side. Also, the decks on this thing are freaking covered in napalm and gasoline. I mean, this thing lights on fire to no end. So yeah, this thing I don't even consider it to be even tier 9. I consider it to be like a second tier 7, but up tiered tier 7. So yeah, this thing's terrible. Back to Iowa. The beauty that is Iowa. Killing alien ships since 2014, I think, when the movie came out. So, yeah, guys. Definitely get this ship. I don't suggest getting to Montana still. And, again, I hopefully will get gameplay videos up here soon. So, that's the end of the review today. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.